Hello, engineers! Welcome to another episode of Gundam Space Engineers. This is your host, Freedom, with our co-hosts, T-Von and CJ. Guys, introduce yourselves.
Hello. Devon here. Here to root for the Zeon side and to raise up those whose souls have been weighed down by Earth's gravity.
Oh, yeah. What up, your boy CJ here. Less intricate opening. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, I was so... CJ, he's like, I'm here.
Don't forget about me. I'm here too.
Guys, we have a lot to talk about today. We have a lot on the news. And also, I'd like to say that we have a guest here on the show, an expert at that. We're going to be talking about Animal Crossing. I know, it's weird, Animal Crossing. But we don't know anything about it, so we have her on the show as an expert. Her name is Alycat. Alycat, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey.
Hey.
I didn't think anybody would get a shorter introduction than me, but dang.
I know she got you beat. So, Alycat, what you tell us about yourself?
Well, first of all, I'm your fiance.
Yep.
I'm an extra special guest.
Yeah, she's my extra special guest. Yep, she is my fiance. We are due to get married in April.
Yes. So I'm Alycat, and I'm not super new to Animal Crossing. I've had it for a year. You got me my Switch.
Yeah, I got it for your birthday.
Yeah. So to first talk about Animal Crossing, so you start off with this island, and it's a deserted island, and the main guy, his name's Tom Nook. He's like the head guy that takes all your bills, and you have to do these tasks to build your island up. And your first goal is to get this little white dog. His name is KK Slider. He has different kinds of music on your island. But your first goal is to get him to play on your island. So Tom Nook keeps having you do all these different tasks, like building furniture. You'll go chop down trees and all that kind of stuff to build furniture. You have to bring it back to Tom Nook, and you have to build your villagers. You start out with, I think, 3 villagers. It's been a little bit since I played.
So overall, though, Animal Crossing is like a social platform where you get to create your island. It's like an open sandbox world. You get to interact with friends and family as well on there. I know during the pandemic, this was literally the go-to game. Animal Crossing actually came out in 2001. And it created other spin-offs, but I guess during the time when the pandemic started, it really started booming. It was the go-to game for pandemic, and actually hit 60 million units. The first game on Nintendo Switch to hit 60 million units.
I think this game put Animal Crossing, it was always on the map, but this game I think is it's safe to say it's the best one, eh?
Yeah, so this one is Animal Crossing New Horizons. That's the name of this one. And they actually just came out with a new one. They dropped it November 5th, I believe. It was a huge new update, and then they dropped what's called Happy Home Paradise, which is it's not a whole new Animal Crossing game. It's an add-on that you buy to go with Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Yeah, it's DLC. Gotcha.
Yeah, DLC. So that one, you're building vacation homes, designing vacation homes for all these different characters. So that one's pretty fun. I actually did get that one. I haven't been playing it a whole lot, but I get to practice my interior designing skills.
Yeah, and the reason why we're talking about this topic is because, I guess Animal Crossing got a new update, or actually, it's actually a glitch. So, I call this the Animal Crossing Animals Gone Wild edition. So if you guys look at the screen, if you guys look on the screen, if you guys got your screens on, CJ, T-Von, do you see it?
Yeah.
Hey,
crap.
So there's a glitch on Animal Crossing right now that's making players and animals go naked.
I haven't seen that glitch on my island yet. but I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, by the way, if you guys like that, I found a naked octopus, and for YouTube's sake, I put censor over it.
There's gonna be a lot of happy campers in the dark side of the internet.
Oh yeah. Animal Crossing went from rated E to M real quick. Hey, if you guys are thirsty for more Animal Crossing, try this edition.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so what's happening is that there's a glitch, and more and more people are experiencing it. So animals, they're clothed and all that, but they're walking around, obviously naked. Obviously, there's no genitals. You don't see anything there.
So relax, people.
Yeah,
Don't
so
go searching
relax,
Pornhub for it or something,
don't
alright?
hide it
Just
from your
slow
kids
down.
or anything. It's not.
Slow down.
Yeah, nothing's being quite shown, at least as
Well,
of
let
yet.
me
Now
take it out of my cart right now.
take it out of your car. Now the only downside is that when this was supposedly the last update for a while. That's the thing. So basically saying that like Nintendo, it's gonna be a while for Nintendo to even look at this.
Yeah, they November 5th is when they came out with that the big huge update. And since then they've had it was the one that came out was 2.0, and since I'm on 2.0.3 now. So after they put the 2.0.3, I think is when the glitch started happening.
Yeah. So yeah, and Nintendo knows about the issue right now as we speak, but they don't have a team that's currently working on it. Let's put it that way. So we don't know if there's going to be a patch within the next week and next month, or hell, even the next year. But for any of those, and this is why I was bringing this topic up, because I don't know if people who listen to our cast has kids or has friends or other family members are seeing this and like, oh my god, I don't want this particular person playing. There's nothing to worry about. There's no genitals being shown. It's still a rated E game, no matter how thirsty you are, or no matter what you're into. It's still an E game for everybody, and everybody should have time to play it. It's still a fun game. I'm still waiting for Alycat here to make me a Gundam T-shirt, because apparently you can make custom items like T-shirts.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right
okay.
now. There's a lot of Gundam. People are making a lot of fan-made Gundam stuff. What the heck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's it just has a generic name on it, but it's called Robot Hero. And I showed him and he was like, "Oh, that looks like a Gundam." So I was gonna
Not
put
a
it on my
Transformer, a Gundam. Okay.
And what's your favorite Gundam? Oh, Optimus Prime.
Yeah, Optimus Prime. Oh god, those are some fighting words.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he still
Actually-
let me stick around, because I actually called them a Transformer when we first
Oh
started
yeah,
dating.
whenever she was saying like all my Gundam stuff, she's like, "Oh my god, what kind of Transformer is this?" I looked at her, I was like, this is some breakup words right there. But I forgave her and I put a ring on it. So
Yeah.
Actually, a redditor named a fellow redditor named Mossbugger made a pretty gnarly looking well, not gnarly in a cool way, if that even makes sense. Made a cool outfit for his character. I'm posting it into the Discord right now.
yeah, post it.
Looks like a Gundam outfit. It's in the image gallery. Looks pretty neat. Shout out to Mossbugger.
Oh wow,
Nice job,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. Shout out
Looks
to
good.
him.
That's tight.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Which, by the way, guys, if you guys want to get the latest update, you guys want to see any fan-made content, please go in the description box below and join the Discord. Join the Discord. You'll be able to see all fan-made content. You'll be able to know when the next episode will be coming up. You'll be able to know when any future updates, because we also are working on personal projects at home that relates to the podcast. Which, by the way, guys, I got to say this real quick. I'm sorry, I got to jump into this. Excuse me. We recently got our first sponsor. And
Yeah.
we recently got our first sponsor. It's great news. Whenever I first got the email and read about the sponsorship, tears almost ran down my eyes. And I'm a grown man, but that's okay. Tears almost ran down my eyes, and I immediately contact CJ and T-Von like, hey, we got our sponsor. And believe it or not, it's with Anchor, and we do use Anchor. Anchor is a great software that we use in order to let our voices be heard out there. So we highly appreciate Anchor. We thank them so much for the for the
Sponsorship.
Sponsorship. Sorry, I got a tongue twister. Yeah, I'm speechless, to be honest with you. I'm very grateful. I never expected that. And
yeah, honestly, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, And that's some big news, And we're using the sponsorship projects. We're actually going to use it to help fund future projects when it comes to the podcast. As you guys know, I'm also working on an animated short for YouTube. So it's going to be like a 10-minute long animated episode.
A Gundam episode?
It's going to be a Gundam episode, yeah. So I'm gonna release a small sneak peek of what that is. It's not video. I'm just going to let you know what it is. I'm getting close to being done, but this 10-minute short is going to be set in the 1-year war. Episode 2, I got an idea what I'm going to do for it. It's going to be you guys ever seen Halo, the Halo Legends movie where each movie was set differently?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. Well, if you guys did, it's kind of like that. It's going to be set in different times, different universes. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to get the sponsorship. Yeah, I wanted to say
100%.
100%.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So back to Animal Crossing really quick I'm looking at these pictures.
Back to our priorities.
Yes. So that second picture you sent, I'm totally copying that design, which is encouraged.
Wait,
actually.
which one? Oh, Tekadon.
I feel like I could make that. I'm still I feel like I would be considered a newbie, even though I've had it for a year. This guy probably has over 1,000 hours played on Animal Crossing. I only have 285 hours.
Guys.
So I just recently figured out how to make clothes, and I'm gonna make that.
Guys, look. Write down in the comment right now. What do you want Alycat to make? Matter of fact, put down in the comments right now, because Alycat has never seen any of the Gundam series. Put down in the comments right now what series she should start off with. Gundam 00, the original Gundam, Iron Blood Orphans, which is kind of what, the outfit you're looking at. That's where they came from. It's from a group called Tekkaden. Put down in the chat right now, what should she start with? Let me know.
G Fighter.
Oh, God, G Fighter. I said to start with, not to make her run away from.
Man, there needs to be a Jamaica Gundam.
Jamaica
I love
Gundam.
that.
I just like the pink one. I don't know what their name is.
God. That sound
You
like
talking about,
Evelyn.
a freaking pink bear guy or something.
No, you were playing Gundam on your PS4 one time, and I saw, or I guess.
Oh, Gundam Extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a pink one. I'm
Yeah.
all about the pink stuff.
All right. And we're moving on. So, guys, look, we got some bad news. I wish it'd be better news. So, CJ actually found this article about Gundam Hathaway Part 2.
Yeah, I wish I never did. It's depressing.
I'm glad you did, but I hate you for it now.
Yeah, I know. I hate myself. Appreciate it though.
Yeah. So Hathaway's Flash Part 2 won't be released maybe up until 2028. What the hell?
Bum bum bum.
Excuse me?
2028. Hathaway Flash will not release until 2028.
Is there a specific reason for this?
Yes, a few
Honestly,
reasons.
Yeah, we'll discuss it.
Yeah. So, which, Alycat knows how mad I am about this, but at the same time, she also understands, So, the producer who is working on the project for Hathaway Part 2 came out and with an update, and he says, quote unquote, when he was asked when Hathaway Part 2 came out, he said, the next Olympics. It may not even be around Paris 2024 Summer Olympics, but it will be completed before 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. That's for sure.
That's a 7-year time span.
That's a 7-year time span.
Yeah.
So now, mind you, guys, look, this is just only in theory. Now, the producer who mentioned this is the same producer. Remember, I was telling you about who's also working on the live action Gundam.
Yep.
Yep, the one who's been with Sunrise since 2000. Or I'm sorry, not 2000, 1997. Now, since what's going on with Australia right now, the director is having trouble because, believe it or not, the part 2 of Hathaway's Flash takes place in Australia. And how this director works, he goes to locations, looks around, and he gets an actual accurate idea of how he should film the place. You know?
Oh wow, that's unique.
Yeah. So because with this pandemic, I got to be careful what I say because it's YouTube. YouTube's very specific on what you say. Because of the pandemic, it says it made it very difficult for him to visit there and to get enough materials for the production. So he's actually using a flight simulator to fly over Australia.
What?
Yeah, he's using a flight simulator to get an accurate description of Australia. That is amazing. I thought that was very important to add on there. You ever heard of flight simulator?
Yeah, it's been pretty freaking crazy with all that stuff.
It's very crazy.
The detail the newest one has, it's insane.
So I gotta tell Alycat what flight simulator is. So flight simulator is obviously it's a simulator that has basically the world map on there that you can actually fly a plane, and you could fly over the terrain and everything. So since he can't go to Australia because of the pandemic, he's actually using flight simulator to fly over Australia, basically on a game, basically, to get a more accurate description of what Australia looks like.
That's dedication.
That's dedication.
So you're telling me
Yeah.
I can go to Korea on a flight simulator?
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now, guys, Colony drop on my wallet. She's gonna go to get a flight simulator for South Korea. It's her dream. It's her dream to go to South Korea.
It seems like a pretty cool place to go. I'd like to go at some point.
Well, her family is actually from South Korea.
Oh, okay. Even
Yeah.
more reason then.
Yeah, her mother was born in South Korea, and your
My grandmother.
grandmother, I'm sorry, yeah, came down in the 70s, and yeah.
Well, some husband you'd be if you don't take her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. Sometimes she talks a little bit of Korean behind my back, and one day I'll learn.
He's gonna be holding that button down with Google Translate behind him.
Oh yeah, hey, that's smart, CJ. I might have to do that. So, what are you guys' intake? I want to hear you guys' thoughts about this 2028.
Yeah, tremendous depression.
Tremendous depression. Yeah, I feel that. T-Von?
There's a lot of Gundam to go around these days, to be honest. And this means that they're taking their time, and that means that they're trying to give us a product that's ready. So honestly, I'll be alive by 2028. So I'm okay with waiting.
But will you be alive by the time Part 3 comes out? That's what I'm curious about.
As long as I maintain my diet and I don't kill myself when playing Battle Operation with bad teammates, I should be okay.
Yeah, which by the way, guys, we're going to be getting some gameplay, even some live gameplay from T-Von soon.
Yes, I'm intending to stream that.
I kind of want to host.
Stream that more.
I kind of want to do like an event.
We should. We really should.
Yeah. Comment, guys. Comment if you guys want that. A live stream event on Gundam Battle Operations. It'd be pretty kick ass. Yeah, but the name of part 2 of Hathaway's Flash is called Son of Bright. So
are we getting a cameo is what I want to know.
Well, the thing is, I've read the manga. So Bright Noah does have a bigger part in Hathaway's Flash than people seems like. Obviously, I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to spoil anything. But yeah, Bright Noah is one of the major people in Hathaway's Flash.
Ooh, okay. I'd be curious to see how that plays out. Because I don't know anything about it other than I just watched the first film. So
Yeah.
anything's basically new to me.
Yeah, and if you guys stick around at the end of the stream, I have a theory about the Gundam live action movie, and I have to admit it is pretty accurate. Although this is just speculations, I have an accurate description about the live action Gundam movie coming out. I was doing research on it, but we'll talk about that after. All right, guys. So, anything else to add on to this before we go to the next topic?
No, just still depressed.
So depressed.
I'm not. I'm kind of happy about it because 2028. That's what 6 years away after the wedding.
Mhm.
So that gives you plenty of time so we can plan.
To change diapers.
Well, that too. But at least it's not coming out at the same time like April 2022. You'd miss your own wedding.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be missing it because I'll be in the next room on Netflix trying to watch part 2 of.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
But all right, guys, we have nothing new. All right, so next topic, the Steam Deck. So if anybody hasn't known yet, the Steam Deck has been as of November 10th. I know it's a while back. November 10th, the Steam Deck has been delayed up till February of 2022. Valve released a statement earlier, I believe either today or about 2 days ago. They released a statement saying that there would not be any exclusive games for the Steam Deck, which is like a weird answer, but I guess that's what people are worried about.
Oh, this is actually the first I've heard of it being delayed.
Oh, really? Yeah, it was delayed on my birthday. I was so mad.
Well, you're just getting a lot of bad news these days.
Yeah, I know.
No part 2 of Hathaway's Flash. No Steam Deck.
Well, luckily we waiting like almost what is it, like 7-8 years?
7 years.
7
man.
years.
7 years.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, so I actually got mine on hold, which is good. But yeah, guys, so Valve released a statement saying that, hey, we know people were asking, there will not be any exclusive games. Which, look, I want them to take their time with this. This seems to be, whenever the news broke out for this, I actually looked more forward to this than I did with the new Switch.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I really did. Because I do play I do play SD Gundam. I do play Super Robot Wars. I recently got that for Steam, so I'll be able to play that on here. And as you guys know, I love Space Engineers. Probably one of my favorite online games so far. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think T-Von though is.
It's not that it's a bad game, because it's actually fantastic. It's just I'm not the kind of fellow who plays those kind of games. That being said, something happens, something updates in the future, because I know it's constantly getting updated. I'm down to try it again.
You down to try it again?
I am.
Okay. That's good. What about you, CJ?
I honestly don't know a whole lot about the Steam Deck. I heard about it whenever they announced it. I'm under the impression it's basically a console that will let you play any game you've got on Steam.
Just about. I think they say about so far 50,000 games.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good variety.
Yeah, you won't get bored.
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to pre-order one or get one whenever they launch. I'll probably wait and see how they end up. Listen to what you've got to say about it and how you like it. But I think it's a pretty cool idea to be able to do that because, honestly, Steam is as far as I'm concerned, it's like a rival platform to the PlayStation Store or, the Microsoft Store.
See, it's funny you said that because you're able to connect your Xbox to this thing.
Really?
Yeah. Imagine playing Halo Infinite on here or something. Maybe.
Oh, the grappling hook action.
The grappling hook. Oh, guys. So I didn't put this topic on here, but if you guys really quick, a really quick message out there. If you guys have not played Titanfall, get it now because they are planning to take that out of digital stores, PlayStation.
I think it's already been
or PlayStation, Xbox. No, it won't be taken out until beginning of 2022.
Oh, okay.
So you guys got about, a month or two. I think I read somewhere in March, but it is definitely going to be removed everywhere. So if you guys haven't played it, get it while you still can. I really think it's a very underrated game.
And this is the first game, not the second one.
Yeah, the second one. Get the second one. Screw the first one. The first one could go. The second one, no. You guys got to experience it. Great story. Great single player story. What do you think, Alycat?
Oh yeah.
The new Switch. Sorry, I'm still scrolling through the Animal Crossing Gundam stuff.
Yeah, I guess we got to.
She's hooked.
Yeah, she's hooked. She's kind of getting. When she saw that Tekken on Animal Crossing, she's like, "Ooh, this actually don't look that bad." Hey, you know what, guys? Put down in the comments. Like, I want to see. We should do a poll. I think we need to do like a. I think all of us should probably get a Switch and get Animal Crossing, and do a Gundam event on Animal Crossing while all of us are dressing up in like as Zeon or something, or Earth Federation.
No. You said it right the first time. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
T-Bone, we talked about this. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sad about the Steam Deck delay, but I'm glad that it's going to be out in February. Our next topic, Sony. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, we got a lot of news. I'm kind of briefing by it too quick, but the reason why is because our last topic is going to take us a minute. So, Sony is actually doing their own Game Pass. Boy. Yeah.
Didn't they call it like Spartacus or something?
No. Oh yeah, Project Spartacus. Project
Yeah.
Spartacus. Yeah. So basically, what they're doing is this: they're splitting their PlayStation membership into 3 tiers. So tier 1 is basically like the same PlayStation Plus as we're getting. Tier 2, you'll be able to play like a Game Pass similar to what Xbox has. Tier 3 is like the other 2 tiers. However, you'll be able to play PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 1 games, including extended demos.
Now, you see, when I hear that, I'm kind of worried because when they say PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, last time we got PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, they only put like the main titles, and they didn't put all the little niche games out. A lot of us players did play, so I'm a bit skeptical about that.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. And plus, like, my worry is, like, how much is it going to cost?
Yeah,
Like,
'cause I'm not paying any
like,
more
is
now.
it,
Honestly,
is it going to be cheap where, like, like what we're paying now, or is it going to be one of those colony drops to our wallets kind of scenarios?
it honestly sounds like they're taking advantage of people on it. Really, these
You
are
think
games
so?
that people have already paid for in the past. I mean, is it like letting you put a disc from like your PlayStation 1 into your newer like PS5 or something, or is it
No.
like, all
It's
digital?
digital.
Oh,
Kinda-
okay,
Yeah, it's
that's
like
different.
Xbox. It's like Xbox Game Pass.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I do think Xbox does have a great Game Pass system. I mean, Alycat's looking at me like, yeah, let's not. Yeah, you're not upgrading to the 3rd tier. We got a wedding to pay for.
First of all of this little Xbox lingo is foreign language to me. All I know is
It's basically-
Nintendo Switch.
It's just basically a subscription service where you get like a bunch of new games. Like they have new games coming out, AAA titles, which means like really high-end, high production value games. They gave it out for free. Well, they give it out part of the pass, so you don't have to spend $100 or $80 or $90 if you're Canadians. Us fellow Canadians are dying right now for buying games because it's just insanely expensive.
Yeah,
But yeah, you don't have to pay full price for a game. You just subscribe and you get access to the new games. You get to stay up to date with what's new.
yeah, like
So,
imagine.
it's nice.
Yeah, so like Xbox Game Pass, they were doing a promotion. What it was like $1 for 3 months.
Yeah.
And
Yep,
for those
yep.
dollars of 3 months, I was able to play like hundreds of games for free, like Among Us. I mean, we like Among Us.
Oh yeah, Among Us is fun.
Yeah, she likes Among Us. As you guys know, she's starting. A little
I'm
bit
new
in
to
the
this
game.
gaming thing.
Yeah, so she's growing, so give her patience.
Welcome.
Among Us, she's getting into, obviously she's deep in Animal Crossing. So imagine paying like let's say for example $20 a month for a membership on Nintendo, but you got access to almost every game in the store.
Oh,
That's
that's a good deal.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So my question is, how much is this? Because is it like hey, for $10 you guys get the regular PlayStation Plus, and also the monthly games is also included in all of them. So you know how I don't know about CJ if he has a PlayStation, but I know Tevon knows. So Tevon, like every month you get like those free monthly games.
Yeah.
Those still apply. So to all tiers. Are they doing it where it's like $10 a month for one tier, $20 a month for another, or 10, 15, 20, whatever? I don't know. It seems like a good thing, but I don't know. It's kind of like a step up from Xbox. But they really got to beat Xbox because Xbox has a really good selection of games, I think. And plus for $1, for 3 months, you can't beat that deal. And then it's like 10.
That's a steal.
It's a steal. And PlayStation is doing the tier, and obviously people are going to be aiming for that third tier because, come on, PSP is also included. So as I read in the article, PlayStation
Gone, but not
1,
forgotten.
gone and not forgotten. So PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3 is going to be included for those tiers. So people are going to want to play those old-fashioned games. People want to be like, like memory lane. So people are going to be playing those games.
What are some of those old-fashioned games?
Like probably Star Wars Battlefront. Like Star Wars games maybe. Or what's a good old game that was in PlayStation 2? Oh wait, Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam. Oh, she's looking at me like, gosh, you're a nerd. Yeah, that's a great game. I'll play the hell out. I'll let them take my money if they have that.
It's been a while since I heard of any of the older PlayStation games.
Yeah, that's gonna be two of us.
I
Last
played.
person.
I didn't
What?
really have We didn't really have PlayStation. We had the Nintendo Wii. We're Nintendo fans. I like my Nintendo Switch. I played the Nintendo Wii. That's not out anymore, is it?
The Wii.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably buy older consoles, but yeah, they don't
Yeah.
make them. Yeah. The
Switch
Switch
is
is
the main one.
Yeah, the Switch.
Yeah,
is-
the Wii U kind of flopped, so they gave up on it. I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, the Wii U.
Exactly.
Yeah, after a month, they're like, man, what did we do?
Yeah, I
What
don't
did
even know what Wii U is.
yeah,
yeah.
I know.
Point made.
Yeah, point made. Yeah, Wii U was made to replace the Wii, and it's basically like that, but bigger, and it didn't do well at all. People are like, "What the hell is this? Like, what are the games for it?" Man, it's a ripoff. It felt cheap. It didn't do well. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's very crazy. All right, so next topic. All right, so it looks like we got some theories. So so we were talking about this, like what if Zeon won the war, or what is our, and this is my other theory about our estimated live action release date for the live action Gundam. I actually got have a really good estimated when that will come out.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking either late 2022 or early 2023.
That's about what I would have guessed.
Right. Now, so I was looking at the schedule for the director, which is Robert Vaughn, I think. I got to look at his name again. So I was looking at his projects. So according to his schedule, I was like, all right, so let me go ahead and guesstimate. So I was guesstimating that. I was like, okay, so he's probably going to be aiming for like a end of the year premiere if it, they're hoping if it does well, they don't try to aim for January, because if they do, it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
But if it aims for the end of the year, like 2022, for example, like the end of, like, let's say December or October 2022, that's when you know it's going to be good. Usually is murder for any movie to come out in the early year. It really is. So according to the schedule, it should be released by 2020, the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023. So
yeah, like I said, that would sound about right.
Sound about right? Now again, though, and the spokesperson who was speaking for for Hathaway Part 2, who's producing Son of Bright, that's going to be released probably 2028. He's the producer for the live action Gundam series as well, so I'm pretty sure he might be the spokesperson for them as well. I mean, what do you guys think?
I'm so worried about how the movie itself is going to be, to be honest. I think they're definitely probably going to be showing it probably towards the end of 2022. I'm sure we won't know anything about that for sure until probably halfway through the year. But yeah, if I had to guess, with all the projects that they're moving right now, not even just the ones that we know about, I'm sure there's several that we don't know about as well behind the scenes. I would definitely say we're looking at very, very late 2022 at the earliest.
Okay, T-Von? T-Von? TiVo.
Hello, sorry. My mic was muted. Anyways, I think personally they just need to take their time.
Take their time.
Take their time. The longer it takes to come out and they're actually dedicating their times to the development of this movie, the better. I just want this movie to shine. So I want UC on the big screen to just be insane. So I expect great things.
Okay. Hey, I mean, I don't mind for them taking their time. So let's get in.
What could go wrong?
No, yeah. So let's talk about another topic. What if Zeon won the war? That
Loaded question.
It's a very loaded question. Anything could have happened.
Hmm.
So my question is, what would contribute to them winning? Like, would the Battle of Odessa failed? Would Armor never got the Gundam? Or, Shark killing, Armor early in the war? Like, what do you guys think?
So, because there was so much internal strife in the Principality of Zeon anyways, I still think there would have been some sort of reformation.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, even if Zeon won, I think there would have been, like, I think there would have been a group of guys who agreed that the Principality was a bit too rough and a bit too warmongering. Then they would have broken off into their own little, like,
a civil
kind of like
war.
an AU, yeah, like an AU-esque kind of thing where this is the true vision of Zeon, Rem Daikun, and this is the original vision, and this is what we joined the fight for, not for this. I feel like there's people who would branch off. Maybe even Char. Maybe Char would have just started his own regime to fight back and take over or something. I still think there would have been more civil war.
I think that as well. And personally, I think if there were to be a civil war between the factions, I think it'd be between Giran and Cassilia.
Yeah.
I could see those two going at it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Considering how much they hate each other, considering what Giran did to his own father, yeah.
Well,
I wonder what Degman thought about all that too. Even during the war, all the killing. I'm pretty sure he didn't enjoy that.
Also, by the way, before we continue, I like to thank user. He's in our Discord, General Grievous.
Yes.
He earned himself the first title of engineer in our group. So, round of applause for our first engineer in the group.
So what does that mean?
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
He contributed to. He basically
collection.
contributed to the to Discord and to basically to the cast. So because of that, I went ahead and gave him the honorable engineer role.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So since our podcast
Yeah.
is Gundam Space Engineers, everybody here is technically an engineer, but he is the first one to earn the role. Gave him the role.
The man himself.
The man himself. Yep. Thank you, General Grievous. We'll go ahead and give you this shout out. By the way, he's playing Operation Troy. I talked to him recently.
Oh,
Yeah, he recently bought an Xbox from Japan and he's playing Operation Troy.
that's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, it is pretty neat.
Always
Yeah.
want to play it, but I never had a chance.
I actually had the game, never played it.
Dang.
I played it. Well, yeah. All right, to continue on. Yeah, so Giran, Cassilia, civil war between the two. I think it's going to last a few years. I think the federations will break up. I think it'll probably be disbanded, and countries will probably be on their own after that.
You guys don't think Zeon would have tried to do kind of what the Federation did?
Liberate them.
And well, no, I think what I'm trying to say is you don't think they would have tried to like take political control, kind of like how
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think it's probably would have ended up happening. They stand for that now, but what's to say like 10 years in the future from that point, if that were to be the case, you think you would see like the people of Earth rising up to be kind of like the Space Noids and be like, hey, we want our independence?
Well,
It's kind of like role reversal.
Well, Degrin was actually wanting the actual independence, but in his viewpoint,
Yeah.
Hey, I want independence, but I want it to be my ruling, my choice. He basically borrowed the actual Zeon ideology. He just wanted to be the head point of it. At least that's how I view it, anyways. Giran took it a little bit too far. I mean, hell, he was even compared to Hitler by his own dad. So he was wanting to have more and more control. To him, it's all about control. It was basically to the point of extermination. I think that you're right. I think it was probably more of a colonial, probably more occupation going on the earth. I think he would have took over. I think Acilia will probably be greedy because those two never got along, and there always been like behind the scenes with the two of them. So I'm pretty sure Civil War will break out. Do I see an AU attempt? Maybe. Probably like a group like an AU, but not the AU. Just reverse role towards Zeon. Yeah. I do see something like that happening.
Could you imagine like an all like a mobile suit team, like a faction that just has mobile suits that just look like a bunch of amphibious suits that just retrofit everything? It's just all amphibious suits like a space Zergok. Whew.
Now my
Makes no
question,
sense, but
now my question is that would there be a group who will take up the Gundam mantle, like creating a Gundam to make it a modern? You know what I mean? Like let's say the RX-78 didn't survive the war, which it didn't. It really didn't. But let's just say that it died early in the war, and they knew, like, early in the war, it brought fear to Zeon. Let's say one of the factions made the Gundam in order to recreate that fear.
I mean, half of what that thing was psychological warfare by the end of it.
Well,
Obviously,
sure.
that wasn't the original intention, but by the end of it, it's like, oh, the White Devil.
yeah, that thing was winning. Armor was winning fights before the fights even started.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that. I don't know. It's going to be weird. I could see them probably like remaking like a Gundam Mark II, but in their own version. Like I think it's going to be like built differently.
But that's the thing too. It adds more variables up into the air because the RX-78 pretty much sped up mobile suit development. So as soon as Zeon encountered the Gundam, everything just sped up. Zeon was in a rush to like produce something of the equivalent capabilities. So the Gelgoog was one of those things, but like the amount of mobile suits they had to run through, the amount of prototypes they had to build to even get even close to what Gundam brought is like it's kind of like a necessary evil for the Zeon.
Okay. I could see Shima breaking off fighting Zeon.
Yeah,
You think?
yeah. She wanted power for herself too, so I can definitely see that.
Well,
Maybe
no,
even
not
maybe
power.
even
I think
Dolores.
I think she was just about revenge. I think she was all about revenge. She didn't care working with the Federation, so as long it gave her her revenge. She hated Zeon. She which if you guys didn't know, she gassed about how many people? Like
I don't remember exactly how much
it was in the millions.
people she gassed, but that's what broke her in the first place.
Yeah, because she didn't know.
Yeah.
A lot of a lot of Federation, a lot of Xeon pilots didn't know. Like, hey, we're gonna just basically go here and pop gas. They didn't know.
Man, she was actually a pretty cool character. I thought she was a very likable antagonist. Her whole perspective, the way she behaved, and everything was refreshing to the series.
Yeah, and I actually, in a way, after watching like 0083, I felt bad. I did feel bad for her, especially like I was playing Encounter in Space, and it kind of get like a little bit more, which I don't think is canon, but it did get more in depth to like why she hated Xeon and why she would rebel against the Delos fleet, and why she did what she did, and it really gave her character a lot more depth. It really did. So I could see her breaking up, maybe a pirate faction, maybe. I don't know. I could see a pirate faction. I could pretty much see like probably like the Federation will have their own remnants maybe and fight back.
Mhm. And like, what else is there? Wasn't there small factions anyways that were doing their own thing all over Zeon anyways?
Yeah.
Like
Like
Peasant, like
Peasant, yeah.
what else is there? I think it was just
Well,
Peasants were the only ones I can really think of.
Peasant. You talk about with Sentinel.
No, like just Peasant was developing mobile suits from the in the early days anyways. They were the ones who were pushing some of the technology, right? Because they made like the Act Zaku, and they made the next versions of the Dom, which is the Dwage, and all that. So that's what I mean. Like, there's so many opportunities of people. If they're just greedy enough, they could just go like, "Hey, wait a minute. Like either at the end of the day, it was just gonna be a power struggle inside Zeon, a civil war. Yeah, it was inevitable.
Yeah, for sure. See, my question is, then what would Shar do?
Hmm.
Would Shar let them kill it out and then he'll take charge?
Probably.
He's very
He's
patient.
cunning like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's patient. Like he could have killed Garma anytime. Think about that.
He just waited for the perfect time.
Yeah, very. I don't know. All right, so we basically agree that once, let's say, Zeon won a Bower coup. Let's say Shar, Zeon overpowered the Gundam, no damage. Zeon won the war. I could see a treaty saying like, "Hey, you guys got full independence." I could see the Federation going into turmoil, and I could see them after maybe a year or two getting disbanded. Maybe, Xeon going down, probably starting a colonializing. So rather than people of Earth colonizing space, maybe people of space would be colonizing Earth. Civil war between Giran and Cassilia will go off. Shar pretty much allowing that civil war to drag. Maybe a group Federation loyalists will create their own Gundam. Maybe gonna call it a Gundam Mark II. Maybe create his own feature. Probably make it look a lot more like the RX-78.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what do you think? Well, probably just use up customized salamence or something. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna get resources to get a ship, unless they pull an Argama. I don't know. I'm just pulling out theories. I like talking about theories like this. Shima, I think
Oh.
she's probably going to be working in the background.
And then Anaheim Electronics still exists. So
Oh,
who knows what
yeah.
that would have brought?
I didn't
Well,
even think about that.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. So when Zeon lost, a lot of their mechanics that worked for Zeonic and Zimid went to Anaheim Electronics, and that's because Zeon lost a war. They basically lost profit and money. They couldn't run the business anymore, so they merged with Anaheim Electronics. So that means they're still their own company. Would Anaheim Electronics still make their own mobile suits without their experts?
So how that could have gone is since Anaheim Electronics is pretty much a contractor.
Yep.
It's kind of like how AEG, right? They just made a part. They've been using mobile suits from Anaheim, and then they finally ended up getting a really big contract because of sympathizers, and also it helped keep the war machine moving because military makes money, wars make money. So with that theory, I could see potentially another group having a big investor and just coming out of nowhere with mobile suits at the ready because Anaheim is just there going like, ooh.
Yeah, but I think they're
More
going to be a little
money.
behind. I think they're going to be behind. Like let's say for example, Xeon had the Go Goods out. I think Anaheim's going to have mobile suits comparable to Zaku's. I think they're going to be behind in the game, unless they get with a now since let's say Zeonic and Zimid who exists, they probably like go out and say, hey, I like to buy your contract. Or would Zeonic and Zimid would pull what Anaheim did? That's the question. Probably not. They're very deep, loyal with Xeon. So I don't know if Anaheim were to develop mobile suits, I think they're going to be behind because they don't have those experts anymore.
Bro, I actually just found out some juicy information.
Shoot, I like juicy.
Anaheim Electronics was part of the development of the ARC-78.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I thought that was common knowledge.
Yeah.
I did not even know that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Temray worked with Anaheim Electronics. That's actually insane.
Well, yeah, it was with like a combined effort with the Federation. Like the Federation probably takes more credit creating the Gundam than Anaheim did.
Screw the Federation. They didn't do anything. It was mostly Temray. I don't know about that.
No. I'm saying the Federation probably took more credit.
Oh, took more credit. Like just in general? Like, okay.
Yeah. Like, let's say I built the car, but the driver's getting the credit. Like, the guy advertising it is getting more credit.
Oh, man. I guess that's how they stay afloat, though. They just hide behind the scenes, and they make the big bucks, but they let everybody flaunt their stuff. I guess that's usually how it works anyways.
Yeah.
That sucks. But yeah, I guess it's usually how it works. I don't know, man. So they probably got like data. Then if that's the case, then Anaheim will have data lying around for the RX-78, hopefully, and probably be able to recreate the RX-78, but probably make it more up to date. Okay, I can kind of see how that works. And then Sharp becomes the pilot.
Just put some windmills on it and call it a day.
Oh my god, the windmills.
The windmills.
They fire a beam barrage at it, and the windmill spins so fast it blocks every shot.
Exactly.
Garen fires a colony laser and is able to like grab the beam and repel it back.
It's gonna be like that scene from the end of Unicorn where they put up the Psycho Shield.
Oh yeah, the Psycho Shield.
Yeah. Quick interjection. I felt so called out by T-Von about not watching Zeta. I actually started. I'm on episode 10.
Oh yeah. How is it?
And oh, dude, I'm not even gonna lie. Like young, undeveloped mind, me from like 10 years ago, had no idea. I'm actually really enjoying this shit so far.
Okay.
It's so good, right?
It's so
Oh,
dark.
dude, it's so good. Like you can tell it's an older show and stuff, and the pacing is kind of weird at times. But honestly, really digging it so far. And I gotta say, my favorite part so far is like in episode one where Jared was like, Camille, that sounds like a girl's name. And freaking Camille's like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna run up and deck this guy in the face. This military Titans officer. I'm gonna just run up and deck him in the face. And he does. I was
Kim-
just like, what am I watching?
Camille might be a girl's name, but I'll punch you like a man.
Dude, Camille, I've never seen somebody so ready to throw hands before in my life on a show. Like that guy is just like he wants to fight. He wants to beat somebody up.
Hey, you know what? There's one thing we need to discuss, though. Here's another theory. My theory is that we need to talk about which Gundam series would Alycat like. I'm thinking War in Pocket.
Definitely War in Pocket, because it's definitely much more of a
Christmas.
no.
Yeah, it's how
It's kind of
because it's
kind of
more
fun until it's not.
yeah. It went more for the actual human connection. Well, Gundam always had that, but like it definitely showed more about the human side of the war than the other shows, because the other shows mostly show about the fighting and the combat and the war the mobile suits and the violence, but
you kind of get a viewpoint on both sides.
yeah,
That
you
and
feel
an eighth MS team.
closer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the magic about War in Pocket is that like there might be slight spoilers with this, by the way, just as a heads up to anybody listening. But
Yeah, including for Alycat.
you know, like yeah. There's like two sides that are like meeting face to face and have no idea, and they're getting along with each other because they don't know, that they're from opposing sides until, I don't even think they find out at all.
Yeah, and
Like-
she doesn't know anything about Gundam. All she knows is like what she knows from Gundam is like what she's seen from me like playing on Gundam Battle Operations or Gundam Extreme. But well, let's put it this way. Imagine a South Korean soldier and a North Korean soldier meeting up and just becoming friends and not knowing they're from opposing sides and just becoming friends.
That sounds interesting. You had me at Christmas though.
Oh, War
knew
in Pocket.
best.
It's a great Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
Well, it's
just
like 6
Die
episodes.
Hard
It's like
is?
6 episodes. It's like Die Hard. Yeah. Yeah.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Cannot change my mind.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that though. But yeah, so is War in the Pocket. War in Pocket takes place on Christmas. Well, the thing about like the timeline of this world is called Universal Century. The end of the war is actually at the end of the year, Christmas, like December 31st. And then once the war ended, the year ended, the war ended. So,
I might have to give it a try. Oh,
guys, you hear that? What was it? War in Pocket? Oh,
War in Pocket.
War in
yeah.
Pocket. Guys, hey, put down in the comments right now if you guys are listening. Like, what do you think? Like, do you think Alycat's gonna like War in Pocket as a start? What do you
I might
think?
have to rewatch it now that we brought it up.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Believe it or not, I actually watched the first episode last week. I was like,
Oh, really?
yeah, I need to find time to watch it.
Needed a good cry session.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's a good show.
Yeah.
Very dated, but
Oh, for sure.
yeah, still has the message across from there.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that one like story from World War II where I think it was on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or something. I don't remember what it was. When it was I think it was the Germans and maybe the British. I don't remember. Either way, there was like no man's land in the middle between the two sides that were fighting. And on that day, they'd had like a temporary truce, and they were just like all sitting there playing soccer and
Oh, World War
hanging
One.
out. Yeah, or World War One. My
Yeah, I
bad.
know what
my
you're
bad.
talking about. Yeah, I know
But
what you're
yeah,
talking
they were just like sitting there, playing and kicking soccer balls and stuff, and just having fun. And it's like they were just killing each other the day before, and the day after the truce was over, the temporary truce was over. It's like they got to go back to killing each other. It was really sad.
You killed my friend, but it's okay. We'll play.
Yeah, but we'll
Yeah.
play soccer real
Yeah, we'll
quick.
play soccer. At least it didn't end up because this is a true story about a South Korean soldier who was forced to fight for the Japanese, because we were just talking about this today.
Oh yeah, with my grandma.
Yeah, with your grandmother. Which, you know, I was talking to her grandmother about, like, basically the war, and because her grandmother was actually a war child. Like, she was, she was there, seeing the Korean War. Her parents lived through, you know, all the scary stuff going on in World War II. They were forced to learn Japanese. She was telling me about that, and believe it or not, like, if you guys didn't know, I actually know a little bit of Japanese. I was going to go to international school whenever I was 15 years old, and one of the requirements was that you had to learn Japanese and write in Japanese. So whenever I told her, I was like, yeah, I know a little bit. I was like, I remember some Japanese because it's been about 10 years. She's like, oh, I know Japanese. I was like, really? She's like, yeah. And she was telling me that when she was younger, they were teaching her Japanese because, you know, because Japan basically, you know, took over. But the main point was that we were talking about a story where one of the Korean soldiers was captured, and then he was forced to fight for Japan. And then they fought the Russians. And then the Russians captured him, and then he was forced to fight for Russia.
With another Japanese guy.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
So
but there's more to it.
The Russians captured...
No. So he fought the Germans with the Russians. And then he got captured by the Germans to fight with the Germans.
But didn't he get captured with one of his enemies that ended up being, like, towards the end, like, they, like, shook hands after the war?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember that part of the story. I know they made a movie. I want to watch the movie.
That's what she was saying. At the end of the movie, they, like, shook hands. Like, they started out as enemies, but then they ended up both getting captured. And then they ended up, I guess...
They must have fought with Russians then. Because so he basically fought in 3 armies during the war.
Wow.
Yeah, so the first... or really 4. Korea, and then Japan. And then when he fought the Russians captured him and be like, hey, you fight for us. And then when he fought the Germans captured him. And then the Germans is like, hey, you're going to fight for us. And he was actually at D-Day. He was fighting at Normandy Beach with the Germans.
I don't know if that's, like, good luck that he, like, lived through all that, or if it's bad luck.
Well, then,
really.
Here's the catch. Then he got captured by the U.S.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what happened to him after that, but I think, you know, during the circumstance, I don't know. I really don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, I think before we end the stream, and wow, yeah, it was a short episode today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made through it.
Yeah, we went through it. We kind of blazed through a little too quickly, in my opinion. But, you know, that's fine. We got through the important topics. We talked about the Animal Crossing Gone Wild. The Gundam movie update 2028, which still blows my mind. No exclusive.
Sad.
Yeah, sad face. But it's pretty cool that he's using Flight Simulator. I thought it was pretty cool since... excuse me, with all this going on and him not able to get certain access over to Australia, you know, I guess Flight Simulator is second best. I'm glad that we have the technology today to do so.
Shows he's committed, man. I mean,
at least he's committed.
Crap.
Yeah, at least
Who
he's
thinks
not
about that.
You're right. That's true. And he's not, you know, waiting. He's not waiting for a few more years. You know, he's directly to that, and I'm glad that he's committed that way.
For sure.
Sure.
I can't wait to see how things come out. Like T-Von said, I hope the wait is worth it.
For sure.
It's one thing if it's, like, amazing after waiting for 8 years, but if it flops after all that time, it's like, I'm never going to recover from this.
Yeah, for sure. So next episode, guys, I want to let you know, if you guys are listening in, we will be taking in callers. I'm going to be pulling up a topic on Discord within the week. You guys could ask us any questions. We'll bring you in, ask us about 1 or 2 questions. Make sure it's appropriate. You know, that's all we ask. We'll answer everything that you guys have to say, and you know, we look forward to answering all of it. Yeah. T-Von?
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to add anything else?
No, that pretty much sums it up. I pretty much agree with what you guys were saying. It's pretty good, yeah.
I can see you on the other side nodding your head.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Alycat? Do you want to add anything about Animal Crossing, or actually, do you want them to send you anybody on Animal Crossing? Like, how do they find you?
Oh yeah, you can send me, I guess, on Switch. I'm like I said, I'm still a newbie, so I don't know how to do all like the friend.
300 hours into the game. Yeah, I'm still new to it.
Yeah.
I'm only at 5 stars.
Yeah, it only took me
Yeah.
about a
I got a
year.
5-star island.
Yeah, it only took me about a year. Yeah, so guys, it's fine, Alycat. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to recommend any type of Gundam anime series to her, you can find her on Discord under Alycat. You can't miss it. You know, obviously her picture matches her name. It's Cat.
I'm a cat lady.
Yeah, crazy cat lady. Yeah, so no exclusive title when it comes to Steam. Sony 3-tier membership. We talked about our theories. You know, I give Zeon about 5 years before they get destroyed by, you know, an independent group.
Themselves.
Yeah, or themselves. Yeah, Char just takes over. I think we're good. Alrighty. Nothing else to be added?
No, I think we ran through a pretty good bit today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty good bit. Yeah. Kind of quick, which is okay. We got a lot of information out for you guys. I'm glad that you guys were able to get this information. Well, anyways, yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. All right, guys. So if you look in the description box under YouTube, click on the Discord link to join a Discord. This is where you get our updates. If you guys want to we are also doing monthly donations as low as 99 cents, cheaper than a gallon of gas. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Cheaper than a gallon of gas. All proceeds is directly going to go straight to the podcast. And for the project, I do have a big project coming up, but I won't announce it until January 2022 in the beginning. Sometime in January 2022. As for the animated short, release date, unsure. Again, information January 2022. Looking over my notes. Yeah, I think that's everything. Find us on Discord. Send us a like, comment, subscribe. And thank you guys for listening. Remember, you're all engineers.